but you let your guard down and the woman start knowing everything about your life. You know what I'm saying? You really let her in your life. That's why now I tell women, man, I'm scared of women. You know what I'm saying? Because if I let my guard down like that, man, I'm vulnerable. So for a man that is that alpha male and is used to being so constricted within his thoughts, feelings, emotions, and or actions, you know what I'm saying? You start letting those down, man, that's just a dangerous place for a man. Yeah, we back. You know what I'm talking about? You know the greatest conversation you could ever have on this planet, besides getting a bag of money, is trying to understand this male and female dynamic, man. This relationship thing, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, I am pleasured, man, and honored, man, tonight. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I got my boy with me, man. Affectionately, I call him, man, my boy Q. You know what I'm talking about, man? Hey, man, we gonna go in tonight, man. We gonna kick a little something. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, my man, you know what I'm talking about, man? He is, man, this dude here, man, this a gentleman, man, I looked up to, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, this man right here, you know what I'm talking about? He's the owner of Icon TV. He's recently a licensed mental health therapist, you know what I'm talking about? He's the owner of Rewired Minds. He's a single father of 2 boys, being divorced like myself for 9 years though, and married for 2. You dig? Hey, we gonna go in, man. What's up with it, homie?
What's the business, baby? Hey, man, pleasure, man. Pleasure to be on the scene. Hey, you know, man. Just a part of the thing.
Hey, man, shoot.
Hey, man, I ain't had no introduction like that in a long time, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, you know, it's always a treat with gentlemen meet, man. You know what I'm talking about? On this episode tonight, man, you know, we gonna dub this because, you know, last time got a little, you know, out of character, whatever the case is. But, you know, we all human beings and, you know, we got to go there sometimes, you know what I'm talking about? But, man, I got my boy tonight, man. We going to go into Are You Bitter? Are You Better? Part 2. You know what I'm talking about? The Gentleman's Edition. You know what I mean? Right, Pleasure to have you, my man. What's going down,
pleasure to be here. Hey, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, so, you know, man, we going to go ahead and kick this thing, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? How you doing, bro?
Man, God is good, man. I'm blessed. Life couldn't be no better.
Mm-hmm.
They say it can be better. Right now, I say it can be no better.
You're on that better side of things.
On that better side.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Because, you know, it's you know, as I know, man, this is definitely a transition. You know, and it ain't always easy. Shit, really, it ain't easy. You know,
right.
But, you know, man, just to start this thing off, man, you know, just tell a little bit about your story, man, kind of where you come from. You know what I'm talking about with this thing.
And since we're talking about better, I'm trying to see what apply. You know what? When I heard your last podcast, when you was talking about better, you know, it really hit home.
Yeah.
I think better has made me better, like you said. You know,
right.
Just like I said, you know, I was in a long-term relationship.
Right.
I ain't been in a lot of relationships. I've probably been in about 4 relationships in my whole life.
Okay.
And when I decided to do the marriage thing, because, you know, it was the thing to do. You know, I come from a household, just me, my mom, and my brother.
Right.
We didn't have no father figure growing up. So one day I wanted to see how that worked. But I'm glad I tried it early.
Right. I mean,
I learned me.
Yeah, man, you know, that's interesting. Why would you say that that you're happy that you did it early, and you was able to experience something like that early in life. You know, what's the significance of doing it early for you?
Well, life is crazy. You gotta try things to even know, to you gotta experience it, to even see if it's for you. Everybody talk about marriage and stuff like that, and at one point that was never nothing I wanted to do. I got with a young lady, and that was some of her dreams and aspirations. Right. I wouldn't budge for a long time.
Right.
And then when I had my son, I'm like, you know what, we locked in now.
Yeah. So what did that time frame? What was that time frame looking like?
So we was together for 6 years. We was married for 2. So we was together a total of 8 years. Everything was good up to the point to me until we got married. Time was the most valuable asset we got. And
absolutely.
I want to make sure that I enjoy it while I got it. So before we got married, everything was cool. It was rolling, She accepted me for who I was, accepted her for who she was. But as time goes on, you're supposed to grow. Which
people change.
At that point in my time, females, they grow faster than males. So I wasn't willing to adapt in some of the things that she thought a relationship was supposed to have. I thought some of that stuff, that she wanted me to do was sucker shit. Now, as I grow older, I understand now,
Right.
But some of the things I wouldn't convert.
Right.
I also was a my cake and eat it too. And then I transitioned. Right. I transitioned to try to be that guy. I started getting around some older couples, and I started, going to little men's gathering and seeing how men operate with their wives. I started to switch it up. Really, I started feeling like I really became a good guy. But I guess I had did so much damage in the beginning.
Yeah, as a world see a so-called good guy,
Yeah, as they say.
Yeah, that's a viewpoint that's held by a certain type of, a genre, I should say. You know what I mean? Just like in music, you got country. You know what I'm saying? You got rap.
And when you try to be that good guy, that's kind of when you lose yourself. That's when I was feeling like I was losing myself a little bit.
Right.
But I was trying to be that guy. I was coming home when you wanted me to come home, start switching it up, opening up doors, bringing you home stuff, putting your feelings in consideration. But that learned behavior is real.
Yeah.
And so once you start, feel like you got to always do that. You got to, whatever, if you normally go out of town with your homies and you sacrifice it 1 time, 2 times for the 3rd time you trying to go, and it's a problem. Like, it's causing issues,
I'm all too familiar. Yeah.
Make a long story short, though, after I started doing it and was being the good guy, that's when I started really realizing that this ain't me. And that's when I had, I'm going to be honest. I manipulated my way out of my marriage because I realized these seconds on this clock don't stop. Right. And I'll be damned if I spend my life like that. Because, when you marry, you can't tell everybody how you really feel. You don't want people all in your business like that. You don't want people already, putting stuff out in the street. So I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't, that ain't nothing that I wanted to do, And so I went to my divorce, and some things happened in between. As I was going through my divorce, I was going through depression. It wasn't because of the woman. It was more so of the family dynamics. Right. Now it's just me. I'm in my own place. It's lonely. I don't watch TV. I don't do nothing. Yeah. So I actually started coming to myself, started learning myself, started learning who I was. Right. Because I always had people around me. I went from always being around my partners in the streets with the homies to living the family thing to now you by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's a real thing.
Going through that process, I didn't realize that I had put my potential on a halt. Mm-hmm. The person who I was before I got married, I was a hustler. I was a go-getter. I was a grinder. I know how to go get it.
We ain't gonna go too far this year. We're gonna touch on that here in a second, man. One thing I want to go back into is when you said you talked about learned behavior in relationships. Now, you think when you do have this learned behavior in relationships, does that you think that will cause a case of bitterness because you're fighting against so much of yourself?
That's for me fighting so much against myself.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like when you that learned behavior, it's like
yeah, it definitely does because men can't be themselves. They get so consumed on trying to please that woman. So all the morals and values that they had at one point, they start being submissive and start to tailor who they are for that woman. Yeah. And reality, we masculine, you know.
Right.
Like, we supposed to change. We supposed to evolve. Right. But whatever season that you in at that moment, you got to grow to that season. Right. It's like, you know, some people try to take the calculator method and try to get there quick. Right. No, what you're going through right now is what you're supposed to go through. I was supposed to go through my divorce so I can learn who I am. Right. So I can learn what my weaknesses was if I ever wanted to do it again. I'm not knocking marriage at all. I'm not saying I'm totally opposed and that would never happen, but this season I'm in my life, I love it. I love being single. Right. I'm not a monogamous guy. I'm not a type of person who I'm a free spirit. I like to have fun. I like to meet new people. I like the people that I meet to be able to meet each other. Right. I ain't the type of person where
everything got to be boxed up with just
you know, when you get in a relationship, you know, you with somebody and they don't want you, they like, how you can handle all these homegirls. And man, I had these homegirls for you. That's what I learned about being married. Right. I cut a lot of people off for my marriage. And then when they realized it didn't work out, then I realized that.
Because now how these people look at you.
Yeah. So I'll never do that again. So, you know, I'm out right now. I just like to keep it real, keep it solid. I'm going to tell you from the jump what it is. If you don't like it, hey.
Right. It's 4 billion women on this. And there's 4 billion women on this planet. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know what I mean? I definitely understand that, man. You know, and you know, just thinking about like, you know, you say your thing, man. That definitely triggers me with a lot of, you know, things that I went through, you know, in my situation too. That's one thing, you know, that I did with you. We connected automatically. You know, automatically. You know, you was like a dude, man. I feel like I've been knowing since a lot of these dudes on this wall, man, since the 80s, man. And, you know, man, that's just one thing we connected around, man, was just your realness, your authenticity, man. And, you know, I just want to give you your flowers, man, just on the dude that you are. You know what I'm talking about, man? You know, you're a fly dude, man, on a lot of different levels, man. You know, we've had conversations, man, from ratchet to, you know, from high level mental health, you know, finance, you know, business, you know, man. And yeah, man, you're a fly dude, man. I like you, man. And you know, we're gonna keep this thing kicking, man. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. So, you know, another thing, you know, that you was kind of talking about, you know, when you go through a situation like that, you know, in regards to navigating even like your children, how were you able to bridge those gaps?
Man, it got bad before it got good. Right. Like, it was a struggle because my kids, that was number one thing that can have me going stupid and trying to practice that self-control of going back and forth with a woman. You know, you're sharing something, you know, and you know, us not meeting eye to eye on certain things. There was a struggle, but like what I said, you know, God is good. Like ever since I got a divorce, my thing was I wanted custody of my kids. Right. But, you know, fighting the state and going to court and doing all that, you know, we both lost. Right. I spent a lot of money doing that, you know, so we with all the child support and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I knew my kids were getting older. They needed to be around a male figure more, you know. So now that I got my boys, you know, I told somebody the other day that it ain't nothing like being a single father. Yeah. They was like, what? Yeah. And how
did you explain that to them when they were so surprised and intrigued about, you know, a statement like that? Because that's a crazy. I mean, that's a crazy statement.
You know what?
You know, here in the United States, man.
It is, and the thing is, it's like with me being growing up in our culture, you know, I'm not saying a woman can't raise a man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's certain little things that young men need to learn at an early age. And they they learn by who they see more. You know what I'm saying? They learn by what they see. So the fact that they was kind of like in their early childhood, they was with her more than they was with me.
Right.
And so you start seeing they picking up certain ways from their mama.
Right.
And that was eating me up. So when I know that, like, I want to teach my man to be good young men, alpha males and stuff like that. Right. And I see where, sometimes...
Because you wasn't no dude out here trying to, curb your children. You wasn't a person out here trying to, say, I'm just going to say, screw this thing. It is what it is or whatever. You was actively trying to be, in your children's life, man. And I think that that's something that, man, these viewers need to understand, man. It's like the heavy levels of depth that we have when we go through situations like that. And I think I spoke on this, I forget which episode, but, I spoke on this, in regards to when you want to be in that child's life, you know what I'm saying? These women, this state, these situations, you know what I'm saying? They'll happen. And then, knowing how some of these women are, and I ain't gonna say all of them is like this, but I know that some women talk around their children against that father, not knowing what real damage that you really, putting and poison you putting in that child's mind. And so, man, that's dope, man, that you fought for that, man. You a dude that, me going through, my thing, man, I look at it and I say, shit, I be trying to fight too, man. So, yeah, like I said, once again, I'm going to give you your flowers, man. You're a dope dude, man. And just keep doing what you're doing, man. Man, we always played sports growing up, man. And, we always had a thing that our coaches always used to tell us. And it was that, man, y'all don't understand, man, who looking at y'all. You know what I'm saying? So when little kids used to run up on us after games and want the autographs and stuff, we like, man, we didn't think these people was looking at us. So now in grown life, you got other grown men that still look at other grown men because we all got similar situations and things that happen, and look at it and say, damn, you know what I mean? How he do it? He could pull through it. He could do it. I could do it too. You know what I'm saying, man? So, man, we just gotta, we just gotta continue, man. We just gotta continue to be those strong figures, man. And, and being strong mentally first,
right?
That's where it happens, man. Because, you do go through that depression. You do go through those bouts and those stages of, man, I don't want to go. I don't even want to get out this bed. I don't even want to, I don't even want to go to the bathroom. When that depression really kick in, man, you going through something like that, boy, listen to her, man. Hey, you don't want to eat. You don't want to piss. You don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
on Christ now.
Man, it's just dope, man, that, man, we still just fighting, man, and you still fighting, man. And like I said, man, understand, man, there's dudes out here looking at you, man, that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And that's just old school game, man, that they gave us, man, like I said, man, with these dudes up on this wall right behind us, man, that we went through, man. And it's crazy to go through these situations in life and you got to revert back to things that you heard, man, when you was, 8 years old, 9 years old, in the dirt, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what we ain't.
Yeah.
But to me, growing up, I didn't have a lot of that. I didn't have a lot of older cats trying to come back and give me the game.
And that's what make it most special for you, bro. Yeah.
And I do feel like that's my mission. I think that's my purpose.
Right.
I think God gave me the grace of being in the streets, doing the same thing that me and my partners did growing up, and I had a little more grace. I ain't been to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we was on the same thing,
Right.
It's a lot of things that I believe that God let me go through certain things and see certain things and do certain things and learn from it.
Yeah.
To be able to come back and be able to teach it organically.
Right.
Where it ain't even the books. Even though I've been in school and got my master, it ain't even the books to where I'm good at what I do. So what you think that is to keep you rock solid like that? Because, I heard you talk about your faith a lot. I've been around you for quite some time now. You talk about your faith a lot, man, which is impressive, man. You know what I'm saying, to me, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear you with the stability and things that keep you locked in, you know what I'm talking about? You think that's that faith to keep you there? Yeah, it's definitely God, man. It's I grew up in church all my life, but I ain't always been a believer. I didn't think it was real, but I experienced on myself.
Right.
And by just knowing that I got a calling on my life, and knowing that I can't get too cocky. I don't care. He can bless me with a business. He can bless me with the money. He can bless me with peace. He can bless me with all this stuff. And And if I don't give him the honor, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I can lose it. Because in reality, I had the experience. I know he's real, so I know I'm not doing this all by myself.
Right.
So I know I'm growing. I'm in the process. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where he want me to be. But I know every part of my process is supposed to happen.
Yeah, you feel like it's a higher power moving you there, man.
Right.
You know, and there's definitely ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Of believing in something that's bigger than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when I always talk to you, it just seems it's always like that mission. You know what I'm saying? It's like that purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's driving you, that wake you up. Because I know you're a busy man. I know you got 14 hustles. You know what I'm talking about, man? And they all legal, man, and they respectable, man, and that's commendable. You know what I'm talking about, man? And this ain't no gospel show. This ain't no church show. You know what I'm saying? Because we all probably like, what you think you is, probably like a 4 or 5% Christian. 8%,
listen, I'm probably about
whatever,
6%.
or whatever that faith might be. You know what I'm saying, man? This thing is hard, man. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm getting better and better as we go. So.
That's it, man. That's it.
Christ now.
That's it. So
Christ now.
Yeah. So man, hey, I think it's a beautiful thing, man. You got to have something. Whatever that you want to call it, whether that's your family structure, that's your wife, your girl, you know what I'm saying, or your girls, whatever the situation is, you got something that you got that's holding you in, and it's a higher power, man. You know what I'm saying, man? That's the God that with it. That is what it is, and within, yeah, man, and that's a dope thing, man. So so let's fast forward a little bit.
Let me ask you a question, man.
Go ahead, brother.
I know. So you've been through the same thing, you try to do the honest thing,
I did.
You had your family going, raising your kid, and then it got to the point where, things took a twist and a turn, and, y'all end up separating. Tell me your story. How did the bitter turn the better as far as your?
I mean, it's like you said, when you go through a thing, and you be so intimate with somebody, and I'm talking about with every single facet of your life,
right.
You able to let those walls down, man. Because with dudes like us, you know what I'm saying, man, that's hard to get through. You know what I'm saying? But if a young lady comes within your midst, and you're able to let those guards down, you able to really like tap into your feminine self, because we got that feminine thing with us in us too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, no punks, no sissies, no suckers, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. But you let your guard down, and the woman start knowing everything about your life. You know what I'm saying? You really let her in your life. That's why now I tell women, man, I'm scared of women. You know what I'm saying? Because if I let my guard down like that, man, I'm vulnerable. So for a man that is that alpha male and that's used to being so constricted within his thoughts, feelings, emotions, and or actions, you know what I'm saying? You start letting those down, man, that's just a dangerous place for a man. So, for me, of course I've done that. And like I said, you said you've been in 4, I only been in 2, that I spoke on previously, man. And, to let those type of guards down for me, it's like, I don't know, I just giving up everything. You know what I'm saying? My situation too was a little bit different. We lost the old man. We lost my father, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Al Warrior Senior, man, you know what I mean? And, I was happening to been with somebody. So I went through that situation. And then I'm pretty sure because you in therapy, you in mental health. So, you talk about these trauma bonds or whatever the case is. And so it may have been a situation where I went through trauma and I bonded with someone based on going through a very traumatic situation. I had never been through nothing like that. Right. Like none of us have. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's what had bonded us. I thought it was. Well, I don't even know if I thought it was, but I'm just saying that it was a person that was just there in my life at that time.
Because in life, we go through seasons.
Yeah.
And in the season in your life, you can get with somebody and they can be the perfect person for that season.
Right. Right.
But then and time goes on, when y'all get too used to each other.
Right.
Then you start to come out of that season that you was in.
Right.
And you start, for men, you start blooming. And now you see a whole nother potential of yourself. Right. Now you got women who never even looked at you, paid you no attention, started to give you certain attention. Now you like, I wonder what that be like. Are you going to be like, no, I'm not going to look at her. I don't even want to get that attention because I don't want to distract my marriage.
Yeah.
How long are you going to do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Things going bad,
especially when things ain't going right. Yeah. And I know that go, and that's a double-edged sword too, because I know women, go through that same sort of thing too. So I don't want to, like I said, I don't in this whole podcast, I do not want to make anything one sided. I know that this is a two-sided, edged sword. And I know that we can go through things like you just said through these seasons, and it might be a stark opposite, but that dude might be doing everything that you think that you're supposed to be doing. But this other person is, because it's no real true communication really going on or happening. And you being entertained, whether it's on that job, whether it's going to the store, whether that's on your social media or whatever the case is, or it might be just like that old dude you used to mess with, that just still, one of your friends on social media. And this is a thing, too, I've been through before that does make you a little bit bitter, but it make you try to understand and get to that side of better is that let's just talk about social media just for a second. So if I'm on social media or you on social media, we spouses, we girlfriend, boyfriend, because you know how it is. You start looking, you gonna investigate your partner. That's just what it is. You're going to investigate her or him. They're going to say, oh, why is so-and-so still following you? Why is she still liking your pictures? You know what I'm saying? Now you start going into this deep rabbit hole. I know females got this bad. They're going to start following everything. Oh, okay. Oh, you looked at, oh, they're going to go back to, what's this, 2023? We're going to go back to 2021. What you got up on this? 2020? Oh, this person been liking your pictures for X, Y, and Z. Here and there. It might not be everyone, but it's here and there. Like, hold on. Okay, so for me, can you be able to block that person? And if you're in a relationship, of course, what you gonna say? You're gonna be like, okay. Yeah. You're gonna be like, yeah, okay, yeah. And you might block them. And you might block them for. I'd have been in situations. You might block them for a day, 2 days. It might be a week. It might be a month. But that person still rears their ugly head. You know what I'm saying? UFC bow. And I thought y'all wasn't friends on. See, you know what I'm saying? So,
and I think what the problem is really. You can even be in a relationship this way. I choose not to be in a relationship because I know that I know that I'm the problem. I know it's things that I got to go through. I got to keep real myself. What areas I'm weak.
Right.
So I think communication is key. When you communicate, you take out the confusion. Like I said earlier, the most valuable asset that we have is time.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you waste somebody's time, that's the ultimate disrespect.
Right.
Now, if I sit and tell you how I am and tell you what you're supposed to expect out of me,
right.
Then, hey, now we can roll.
Right.
But if somewhere down the line you get confused and you forget what I said from the beginning, now is that my fault or is their fault?
Right.
That's a great question. It's honesty is key. Tell people where you at. You can't help but to respect, and if they don't respect it, then hey, I'd rather cut out all the confusion now. They have to deal with it later because I don't want to waste my time.
On Christ now.
So that's kind of what I live by. And when I say I'm being honest, I'm gonna let you know the basis of things.
Right.
Example, I'm not a monogamous guy.
Right.
So that's gonna automatically kind of tell you that listen, we probably ain't gonna be in a monogamous relationship,
And two, all times too. I don't want women to get this misunderstood what my brother said.
Yeah, please don't.
When this man says he's not being monogamous, does not mean he's out here being sexually irresponsible.
And let me explain it for a second.
Let's stop that because I know people gonna jump on that right there, and they'll jump on you.
And that's real.
It can just be going to go have dinner with somebody else that we might be even going out. We're not even talking nothing about sex or anything like that. It just might just be a vibe. It might just be us just talking about some business. We might be talking about some credit. We might be talking about some real estate. It might be somebody who else that can elevate me to a place that I can now bring some information back to you. And for you now to feed on, and now we can both grow and eat.
So your network equals your network.
Right.
So I like me. I like people. I like meeting new people. I don't want to put myself in a box just because I got somebody that like me and she got some problems about. Right. Hey, listen, you're just gonna have to understand. Just because I'm out to eat with this woman. And I'm telling you, it's a business meeting, and you saying, nah, you like this. Yeah. Hey, man, it ain't nothing about that.
It ain't.
I'm trying to see, if what her energy like. You know what I'm saying? If she's somebody that, that I can grow in life with, you know.
Right. And it
she's
don't gotta
somebody
be.
that got a resource that it can be a help meet relationship, you
Right,
know.
right.
Like most of my most solid people is homegirls, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just people that I didn't know. They probably started out we liked each other, but as I keep it honest with you and keep it real with you, and you determine like, okay, hey, you know, hey, that ain't what kind of time I'm on. You know, we
Right.
keep it. Hey, we
that's real shit.
gain an organic relationship.
Right. No, that's real shit.
So I believe honesty is key, man. If even in a relationship or whether you're not in a relationship, you can cut out a lot of BS.
I know, and as cliche as that may sound, you know, honesty is the best policy. You know, it's interesting you said that too, man, and that it's because, you know, Steve Harvey got a new little he got the new little judge show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right after the judge show, he's still doing his Jeopardy thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, the other day, this past Tuesday, I was watching it, and it was a celebrity edition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the questions was, who was the person that you lied to who was the last person that you lied to? Everybody beat it around the bush. Everybody. With nothing, because it was couples on there. It was, you know, celebrity couples on the show. But you know what the number one answer was?
Okay.
Your spouse. So that goes back to what I originally said on episode 1. If I love you, I gotta lie to you. These people are polling, I don't know how many thousands of millions of people. That's a pretty huge show. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they would be incorrect on something that simple. You know what I'm saying? But I think what happens is when you deal with women, they would rather you to lie to them. I don't really want you to tell me the truth.
And you're right. And it's crazy. Like with me even saying, you know, honesty is key. And that I realized that I probably meet a lot of good women that really like me and probably really want to take it there with me.
Right.
But it ended up cutting all that short when I be honest, tell you where I am in the season of my life, you know.
Right.
And some people, they don't like that honesty.
Right.
You know, they're like, oh, you ain't a monogamy. And it ain't got nothing to do with sex. It's where I know where I am in life. I'm keeping it real myself right now.
Right.
You know, like I'm a single father. I don't want to bring no other woman around my kids.
Yeah.
And
that's something I'm struggling with too.
Where it's where she feel like got a stepmama. I didn't be a stepdaddy. I still had it. I don't even want that part. You know, that's why that's part of saying I love being a single father. I can raise my kids without all the other distractions and all, you know. So
because it is, because you don't know the psychology of that kid and how they gonna take it. Like I said, I know that's something I struggle with now.
My kids don't cause problems in there because they used to their daddy. They want their daddy's attention.
Right.
My attention got to be shared every day with a woman because you got to show her attention. You got to. I don't want to spread myself that thin right now, as far as like I'm obligated to give myself. No, I'm gonna give it to my kids right now. I'm gonna give it to my career. I'm gonna give it to what the legacy that I'm about to leave. When I leave this earth, I want to make sure my kids have. So I'm on a mission. Right. So if I know where I'm going, I'm not gonna let no woman come through and distract nothing that I got going. I don't care who you is. Yeah. I done met some of the beautiful, most beautiful women with the best career. Right. So I don't move everybody. Some men, they'll just jump on there, just get opportunities. Yeah. No, that ain't me. I believe that I'm getting better and better and better as I go.
Or just a beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying? They just jump on that. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at all the ancillary problems or issues that it may bring to your life. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm definitely a guy that feels as though that you're gonna have to go fit in that woman's life. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not that guy.
I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of it, if you really, really want to go there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to go fit in that woman's life. Like, it's typically never the other way around. You know what I'm saying?
You know, a lot of men, if you don't prepare early, if you don't really have a father figure that's grooming you, you know, and some men, they get desperate. They just look for help. So they go on the first thing that's smoking. If they got a good chick with a good career, you know, they gonna ride their wave and they gonna realize that, hey, time is ticking. I didn't get to be myself. I don't even know who I am. Yeah, if she ain't happy, she get to the point where she happy, she start acting different. Right. Now, I'm, you know, with us working where we work, you know, and doing assessments. And we get a lot of people come in for different things. Right. But we get a lot of people that come in that's been married for so long and they operated a certain way. So when their spouse die, they in a depression, they suicidal, they just ready to go now because that person's gone. They don't know what to do. You know, they don't know how to operate. I don't ever want to be that person.
Man, I know, man. Me neither.
I don't ever want to be the person who have to. I'm glad I learned early and got a divorce before I invested too much into it. Because if I would have invested, I put all my eggs in one basket and then try to do it. Oh my God, I don't know where I'd be. Right. I did have a lot of invested. I had a little bit of invested time, but it was enough to be able to manipulate myself out of the situation to where I'm not going to be so messed up in the long run, you know. So when it got to the point to where I did get out of that situation, I made sure that I still was able to go on from there. I wasn't in the hole and had to get out of the hole. I was just at level ground and had to move on from there, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And now that I got my time, I still got time, and I have been developing who I've been growing ever since I got out of that situation. Like, I've been doing it for so long, I cook for myself. You know, I clean my own house. I do it. So I got so used to doing all this stuff where it's going to be hard for a woman to please me. Like, because I do a lot of stuff. Or I might meet a woman or women that is willing to go above and beyond, and they did more when I was married. You know, like, so it's kind of like, when I put myself, I think the things back in the day, I believe marriage was a really beautiful thing. I know people today, they got a beautiful marriage. Because they're two solid individuals, and I admire it, you know. That's a gamble. I know my weaknesses. I get, you can do something to irritate me 3 days in a row, and I got to get away from you. You like them, you can't do that. I mean, when you've been married, you can't, in the contract, you can't just do that. It's going to cause issues. You got to save face, control it, and keep going. I'm the type of person where I know me. So I get tired of seeing the same person every day. I like my alone time. I like my freedom. I don't want you asking me where I'm going or make you feel like I'm obligated to tell you where I'm going, what I'm doing, who I'm with. Oh man, I don't like it. I don't like no kind of control though. I don't like contracts. I don't like nothing.
Hey, man, you know how it is, man. You're in relationships, man. You got to ask for permission.
Hey, listen.
I don't care how you dress it up.
One thing that tripped me out, I asked my boy to go on a vacation. I told him that I was paying for it and everything. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going." And then so I followed back up and I'm like, "What's up, man? You gonna go on this trip with me? I need to know before I book this ticket." Like, all right, hold on, man. I'm gonna call you back.
Oh, yeah, you know what that is.
Oh, man, he must call his wife.
You know what that is.
His wife said he couldn't go. Bad thing about it caused problems after the fact. Because he didn't go, even though he wanted to go.
Still, yes.
But
I'm all too familiar, bro.
I couldn't understand it. And I think I offended my guy because, I said, man, hey, that's...
And I'm going to tell you.
But on the other end, I kind of respect you for being respectful to your wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you really wanted to go, that learned behavior, once you do that time, now you forfeiting the other times that you know, because it's kind of like you creating this atmosphere.
Yeah, because you're going to store for what? The store.
right.
What you need to go to the store for?
Right, that learned behavior. She gets more and more controlling, and then she can put her foot down more and more. Oh, he ain't going to do this because I know him. Right. That's where you messed up.
I'm all too familiar. That's where you messed up. I'm way too familiar with that, man, and that kind of things right there definitely triggers some old things for me. And, and the cold part about that is that not only did you cause that little strife, but you caused that woman ain't going to, they now pillow talking at the house, now talking about you.
Right.
And now your partner going to have to be trying to defend you if you're really your partner. Because, man, this is a reality
real life
of how relationships go. Oh, he's single. Why you hanging with all these single niggas? And why they there? And now you got to start defending all that.
Right.
And now,
why you can't keep with your homie.
Right. But now too, when y'all go in situations, y'all be in different places or whatnot. Now she looking at him upside his head at the side of her. She can't be cool and keep what we talked about at home. You know what I'm saying? You can't be cool with it's gonna come out within your demeanor. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a thing, man. That women have to check, man, and just know, like, dang, this is my man. He with me. This is what we doing. This is what we got going on. Let him be. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man gonna come home. If a man knows he has that particular type of rope to hang himself, usually a man ain't gonna hang himself. He gonna go do what he need to go do, hang with his people, get that out of his system, come back home and that really recharges that man. You know what I'm saying? That recharges that man. It's gonna make him come home now and be a better husband. It's gonna make him come home and be a better father. That's gonna make him come home and be like, damn, you know what? Hey, baby, I was thinking about this thing. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I got this idea. Now you opening his mind up now to where now he like, oh, okay, you're more receptive to things that he want to do to further this family.
Right. You know, we gotta really mature. We gotta bloom into the flower. We gotta become the flower. We can't. Women, they want to get us in the process and expect us to be that complete flower. You know what I'm saying? And we learn through the process of growing as we mature. You know, and the times that we live in right now, it's kind of like it's so much competition, so much. You go into a store, you don't only got regular Reese's, you got white chocolate Reese's, Reese's with M&M's in it, and you love Reese's. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the self-control game can be real strong, and you control yourself and stick to that same Reese's. Right. But in reality, you want the other Reese's. You want to try. Yeah. And you go either you gonna want it at some point in the early portion of your life, in the middle portion of your life, or you gonna get it in the later portion of your life, and that's too late. You ain't even got it no more. But you want it, but you can't go get it. You gotta pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Hey, embrace your youth. Embrace where you at in life. Don't skip the process. Don't take the calculator method. You know what I'm saying? Go through the process. Learn how to do subtraction where you got to cross the number out, carry the number over, bring the number down. You got to go through the process. Yeah. When you try to do things so quick, based off of, that's what I did. I try to just jump into a marriage when I didn't even know how to be a husband. Yeah. I just automatically stepped off in the thing and then act like I was going to be a husband. I listened to these vows and I said, oh, no, we ain't doing these vows. I'm gonna write my own vows. Man, that's because some of them vows sound unrealistic. If you tell me that which I would, but I wouldn't want to. Yeah. You something happened to you become paralyzed, and we just started our marriage. Now I gotta take care of you for the rest of my life. Yeah, I would, but if I could see the end from the beginning and knowing that I really don't want to do that, would you do it? No, that's where I'm at now. That's one of the wisdom that I gained through going through what I went through. I always look at the end from the beginning. I keep it real with myself. Yeah. Why would I can meet a woman that's beautiful, got a good career, got good energy, and I feel like I want to take it there with you. This is the one. Yeah. I don't trust myself in that situation because I get used to you. I get used to that real fast, and you can turn out to be somebody else. Or you can try to put me in a box, and I don't like to be constricted. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy because it go back to, you know what I'm saying, just like the topic of the show, you know what I'm saying? Are you bitter or are you better? Because that will put you in a bitter situation to now you going to have to be better because you got to come up out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to be able to have the mental, you know what I'm saying, strength, man, that mental deafness, man, of understanding. Like I've came into a situation that I put myself really in, I ran myself into a burning building. You know what I'm saying? And now I got to figure out now how to get myself out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? And now I come out of this thing burnt, scarred, boogered up. And I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? It's just rough, man. And it's real, man. But you know, in this life, man, you know, we got to go and you got to take people through them chiggers, them bushes, them dirt patches. We gotta look. Yeah, we gotta be out here. We gotta be out here looking at this sand, man. Like, oh, I don't see no water out here. It's a mirage over there, and we gonna run. You know, one thing that I have learned, this is even when counseling, I can be seeing a client, and they can be cool, calm, collected the whole time when I'm seeing them. And in reality, I wouldn't even know how to work with you. You can tell me that you was battling depression and you got these episodes where you exploded and went off and did this and did that. Yeah. But if I don't see that, I don't know how to treat it. Now, the moment that I actually see you go off, I see you in a moment. Right. Okay. Now I know how to work with you. Yeah. And now you showing me your true colors. Yeah. Now you showing me you. So now we can go to work now. But we the day and age that we live in, that representative
Yeah,
Oh, it
it's
can
heavy.
show for so long.
Oh,
You
it's
know what I'm
heavy.
saying? It can,
You know, man, I went to, when I was going to therapy for a minute, man, you know, my therapist, man, she had this poster up on the wall, and it was in a picture frame. She said, either we can work on the lie or we can work on the truth. And I pointed out to her the first day I got there, man, and that really brought me at ease. And, you know, and I just started talking my truth of who I was and what was happening and what I was going through, man. That was dope, man. And, you know, I think that that's something important especially when you're going through therapy and you just going through a situation or you just with someone. You know what I'm saying? What we going to work on? Me and you. Okay, now we're going to this. You want to cross this rainbow to really see if it's a pot of gold on the other side? You going to lie to me all the way there? And then we fall off in the middle, never get to see? Or we going to work on this real shit and get to this other side and see what's really on this other side? You know what I'm saying? Is it really gold?
right.
Or is it a pot of pennies? You know what I'm talking about? But man, you know what I'm saying, man, it was a pleasure having my brother on tonight, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying, man, this was dope, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring you back, you know what I'm talking about, man. You know, man, we have these conversations all the time anyway, man. And this is dope to have it, you know what I'm saying, on a situation like this, man, you know what I'm talking about, on this podcast, man. It's just a part of the thing, you know what I'm talking about, man. Episode 6. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, are you bitter or are you better? The gentleman's edition. You know what I'm talking about? With my boy Q. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, man. Q, man, go ahead, man, and give your shout outs, man. Shout your thing out, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to shout out?
Hey, man, all honor to God, man. Honor to my kids, you know. Honor to the team. Angel Quote, you know. Hey, the team for Icon TV. If you don't know about Icon TV, it's a cable business. You gotta have Wi-Fi in order to have it. Hey, man, you ain't missing nothing. We have everything that comes on cable, everything that come on TV, anything sports, anything movies, you know, even the pay-per-view events. Hey, I mean, we got it, man. No contracts. You know, it's a way for you to make money within the business. It's really the best thing going since Cash App. Cash App has to go, so I guess we're the next best thing. You hear me?
And already.
Tap in www.icontvextreme.com. Check us out, man.
Go ahead and hit him with that one more time, boy.
Like, www.icontvextreme.com. Or you can holler at me personally, Quintrell Johnson on Facebook. Man, we love to have your service.
Man,
support your peoples.
Already, man. Hey, man, check this out, man. I am your host, man. Mikey, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Salute.